would immediately that tighten that thing up.
That's
That
why
it made
my
it more
first
meaty.
statement
It
was.
add more
That's why my first
substance to
statement
that.
was.
You know.
I felt like it had some other
Agenda?
underlying, not even maybe the agenda may be wholehearted, but the way in the selection and everything, I think it was just too surface. And like, are you really going to get something accomplished with these people that you selected? And then the next minute, well, that's why I asked the question. Are they just gathering information, or are these people supposed to be the ones to go back into their neighborhood now with the authority of Barack Obama and say, look, we got to change as I do this and say this.
But how about this? How about this? So if I can add one other thing. How about this? Just look at the names and think about who's on there. What about the people that don't necessarily know who Rick Ross and them are? They're seeing Barack choose these individuals, saying, "Well, let me go hear this music and see who Barack is."
Let me check him out.
Let me check
Who's
him out.
supporting,
See
right?
who he's seeking input.
That's
from
why you
and
make
what
a
he
move
wants
like
to
this
go.
on the way
So
out
even whether
as
it's
opposed to
blacks
going for another term.
and even if it's blacks or whites, they're hearing Rick Ross like what?
Yeah.
And Barack's seeking it. This is it. I never heard of Rick Ross before. This is who he's asking.
But you know
because
what?
people are going to film
That's
form
why-
their opinion
that's why
on your
something
music,
like
Snoop.
this-
That's your platform.
but-
So you're a musician, so
Right.
they're going to form their opinion of you, David, based on your music.
I
They
don't think
know
that,
about
and
you
that's
as a
why
person.
you do that on the way out of office as opposed to being
Which
smack
he's
dab in
done,
the middle
which
of
he's
office.
done, which he's
Because
done.
you're opening your flanks up for dissenting opinions on you based on the people you pick. Because you know they watch every little move he makes. So that's going to make somebody, and I'm sure there's a ton of people in opposition groups to Obama that are going to go look at this music and say, how could you bring somebody to the White House who speaks on this, or does this, or has a rap sheet like this, or was accused of this? You know, this is on the same level as commuting people's sentences. It don't matter what nobody think when you're on your way out. Who gives a damn? This is something I want to do that's important to me, and you know, the opinions and this, that, and the other. Like you guys are saying, you would have had your own list. Of course, people are going to scrutinize the list, so he's not going to be able to come close to appeasing everybody with this. So he told his people to bring people he probably likes or has some relationship with, or is aligned with him somehow. Bring them in. Find me a list, bring them in, and let's just get this initiative rolling, and let's not worry about what people are thinking.
But then on that same
You know.
argument, then I think that's that same argument. I would use the same argument to support the fact that he could have just got Chris and Scarface. And who cares what people think?
Yeah.
These are artists that I know
could have.
are respected in the black community and in the rap community. Well, I would want to have somebody more that people, because again, you're judged by the content of music. Even if you're a rap fan, just saying, kind of looking a little side like Rick Ross, really? He's talking about popping mollies and this and that, and put holding the gap to this boy. And you only praise the God about children. You don't pray no other. Like this is the people you're seeking opinion on. So that same token, why couldn't he just say this is an initiative? I know KRS One is conscious and has an opinion. I know Kendrick Lamar and I know Nas and I know Scarface. And those who will ride with your initiative will ride with it, and those who don't just won't get it. But it's your initiative, you chose it, and those who are aware of it are going to applaud you and champion that initiative. You know?
Talib Kweli was.
Oh man,
there
that'd
as
have been
well.
awesome as well.
He
man.
was
What?
there. Talib
Oh,
was there.
Talib was there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Talib
that
was one
works.
of
I didn't know
them.
Talib was there.
Yeah, so
That
that's
is
a
good.
point.
Okay.
So let me ask you this: do you think you're talking about KRS One and impactful, positive leaders in the hip hop community? Do you think Africa Bambaataa would have been invited before or after the abuse allegations, sexual abuse allegations that he's currently got weighed against him?
Unbelievable.
That is crazy. Something we haven't talked about. This came up a couple weeks ago and it's slipped under our radar a little bit. And I want to bring it up now since we're talking about who gets invited
Right.
who's important in hip hop. There is no more important voice in hip hop than Africa Bambaataa, leader of the Zulu Nation, who is currently under some serious child molestation charges being brought against him. And where do we stand on this right now? Like that's crazy. Like when I read that, I was like, is this real?
Yeah.
Bambaataa, child molestation, like
Jeez.
wow, that's pretty crazy.
It's
I don't know
one
what-
stance.
Huh?
It's only one stance. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
you out.
You gotta err on caution.
Exactly.
You can't even give them the benefit of the doubt on that. That's gotta be investigated to the
man.
fullest,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Wow.
And the ball comes with a pretty I guess, detailed story, like a pretty. He's pretty
Right.
staunch in his conviction that this really
Right.
happened. Doesn't
He's
seem
not
like-
recanting on
Yeah,
any
yeah,
level.
no.
That it didn't happen? Or?
that it did.
That it did
He's just
happen.
kind of staunch.
Oh.
He doesn't. He's got a pretty like. I guess he's not just saying, "Oh, he touched me back
Oh,
in
this is the
1984."
victim.
This is the victim. I mean, he's coming with like I guess his story. And he's willing to tell it. He's
Yeah.
And this
like
is
he's
something
not
that's
backing
old.
down.
This is an old.
Yeah, years ago. I guess he was a kid. He's a grown man now.
Oh, okay.
So this probably was in, I guess, in maybe like the 80s, 90s. Because Bambaataa has been around since what, 79, 80, 81?
Yeah.
But in rock,
yeah.
that's like that was at the turning age.
Right.
Bambaataa was right there at the beginning.
He defined
So you
hip-hop.
know, you got kids that are
Helped
now
write the definition
30,
of what
maybe
hip-hop
30.
is.
You know, he may have been, 10 or 9 or 11 at the
Right.
time.
Oh,
And,
right.
kids in the Bambaataa was huge in the community.
Right.
Always has been huge, and still is huge in the community. Has access to a lot of kids and those
Oh,
in youth groups. In hip hop, that's what Bambaataa is. That's what the Zulu Nation was about. So you start putting two and two together, you can see maybe something like that happening. I'm hoping it's not true, but that'd be sad if it is.
Man,
You
look,
bring a
if
good
any,
point up on that.
if any part of that story has any validity,
Ooh.
like, this guy is done.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, he can't, already he might be done just on the court of public opinion because his
Yeah.
name was just thrown anywhere near
Right,
that. You
right,
can't.
right.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, but
Yeah.
I guess we should not be surprised
Yeah,
because
right.
anybody's capable of anything.
Yeah, you never know. Man.
We have to be careful of who we raise on high and who our legends are. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I don't know about that
Still
one.
a legend. I mean,
Still a legend. He did what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Mark.
I mean, I'm just saying.
He's a
that's-
legend. You can't put
the
your
sentiment
10-year-old
you
around.
said,
You
I mean,
know?
you can't take away his legend status.
No,
I mean,
no.
but
Some of the OJ.
it's-
OJ was still a hell of a running
OJ
back.
was still a running back. That was all that.
He was juice. The juice is the juice.
2,000 yards.
Yeah, man.
But
No doubt. All right, continuing on our theme of talking about the White House thing and hip hop, a luminary, and who's important and who has more of a voice than another. Another person that would have been good to invite there might have been Meek Mill to speak on some of the ills that are going on in Philadelphia and how that initiative could help the impoverished area that Meek Mill is from, which is North Philadelphia. And Derek, do you know if you are a denizen of certain parts of North Philadelphia, your life expectancy has just been found out will not exceed someone from war-torn, war-ravaged Afghanistan or Iraq? This is what has just come from a study. In Philly, your zip code sets your life expectancy rate, it turns out.
Now, was this study conducted the same study that said water is wet? That was the same study at the same
Water
time.
is wet and
And if you
air
live
is
in
all around
22nd
us.
in Susquehanna,
Pretty much.
good chance you're not going to see.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
citizenship.
Well, the CIA has done their homework.
Yes, indeed, they have.
Sometimes you gotta have the facts in the pudding
Yes,
to
they
prove
need to
people
show
what
you.
we've already known for
Absolutely.
most of our lives. It's pretty dangerous in Strawberry Mansion
And
and
it's
down.
pretty safe in what's
You're right in Chestnut Hill and in Society Hill.
Yes.
Go figure. But a recent study completed by the CIA
Right.
says that North Philadelphia is the poorest community in America, as well as the poorest big city. North Philadelphia is the poorest community in America, and Philadelphia is the poorest big city. Life expectancy in either place isn't as high as it is in Syria or Iraq. Both over 74 years is the age expectancy in those two countries, Syria and Iraq.
Okay.
Research was done by the CIA.
So
which
wait, you're
shows
saying,
expect-
you expected to live to 74 in Syria and Iraq?
Yeah, you're probably not going to make it to 70.
Oh, okay. Okay, they're just saying 70 is the capping. And what's the 74 denote? What is
74 denotes the life expectancy in Syria and Iraq.
Okay.
Okay. Life is even shorter still in North Strawberry Mansion, Swampoodle area.
Okay.
You ever heard of Strawberry Mansion called Swampoodle?
I've heard of Swamp Poodle.
Have you?
Yes,
You, Mark?
I have.
No?
I have.
never.
Okay. Philadelphia's most violent place, Strawberry Mansion, Swampoodle. On average, a child born there today couldn't count on living beyond 68 if you're from Strawberry Mansion, Swampoodle. And some of the contributing factors to this life expectancy, the presence of the pressures of life in these areas, that rack stress on the brain and body, releasing stress hormones in children, as damaging, some experts say, as lead in the water. And this leads to heart disease, diabetes, and then it doesn't also help that when you go to the underserved markets in these areas, they have like hugs and sugar sticks in the front of the thing, the line.
And fried Chinese stores.
Fried stores at every corner.
$6
6 wings and a
with
pack
fried
of
rice.
fools, and some fried rice. So the diet's not the best. There's societal things that put pressure on the body and the mind, which release certain enzymes, which make you unhealthy
The
overall.
malt liquor selections, the beer selections.
Yeah.
You're not getting Magic Hat IPA.
Last
you're
I
pretty much
checked,
getting Steel
right
Reserve.
there, no, and Four Loko. Last I checked, Four Loko was not a power drink to help spur on your workout and build muscle mass.
That's right, David. That's
No.
right.
No.
That's right.
No.
So yeah, there's a number of factors, and there's a number of factors that make that true.
Battered residents in these areas, like Strawberry Mansion, certain parts of North Philly, like they're speaking specifically about the Alphabets down the lower part, the Badlands of North Philadelphia. Battered residents weather toxic squalls of bad times and live in an adrenalized, near constant state of disaster readiness, akin to that of ancients compelled to scout the camp perimeter for lions, researchers said. Wow. Gets deep in the hood.
It's crazy right there, cuz.
So they're saying, you have a better chance of avoiding a Scud missile in Iraq than living to 70 years old in North Philly. So go figure.
That's crazy.
You
Yeah.
think about that, Angela?
Yeah, what do you think about
It's just
that?
crazy, man.
This
North
is
Philly,
North
man.
Philly in.
I
That's
look,
great.
man, I
North
go
Philly's
down, and I was
fine.
just in North Philly last week meeting my Sands for a drink. I don't know the place, man. The place is
It's
the
right.
place is scary,
It's right.
man. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah, it's
I
right.
rode by, like I said, I was right up the 29th, right around my block in Chalmers. It was like, are you serious? Like it just riding through the blocks and through the areas, man. It's like war-torn Syria. It's like, and it's not even necessarily people standing out. It's just a general feeling of uneasiness. If you're someone that works, for a living, and you're coming home from work, sometimes you have a late shift. You might get off at 9. You're walking through North Philly. You're not gonna. You're taking your life in your hands.
Wow.
Just walking home or getting off the 33 or getting off your bus, going home. It's a general sense of uneasiness, and I don't like it. You feel like you'd be held up at any time. Even in the bar, having a drink with my Sands, celebrating our anniversary, I'm looking every couple minutes behind my back. I'm just feeling uncomfortable in those surroundings, and that's just a general feeling I think North Philly's giving you right now. Not very good right now.
Wow, you're right. I mean, it's not getting any easier. That's for sure. It's not getting any easier.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of all over the city. Like, it's parts of South Philly,
Yeah, you've lived
and
in
West
every
Philly
corner.
that are like similar, like
Right.
so
Yeah, man.
similar, like
Yeah.
but
Kensington, Logan.
Yeah,
I just saw
yeah,
a shooting
exactly.
in Logan the other day. Snoop.
Exactly.
Just saw, the shooting in Kensington.
Yeah.
The bull pulls up in the middle of the block during the day.
Wow.
Idles for a few moments. He gets blazed up. The 19-year-old father gets shot in the middle of the block in broad daylight. And it's like, man, like if the people on the block, like I gotta get out of here. People on the block are just despondent. They're like, I gotta get out of
I
here.
gotta get out
It's
of
not
here.
as simple as for these people as just saying, hey, where we going? These people live there. They're trapped by, having to pay taxes or the fact that their income's not sufficient enough to just pack up and move.
Oh, yeah.
They may own the mortgage. This is their home. The only place where they can own a home. They may owe with X amount of dollars. They live in. They don't have to pay a mortgage there. The house is paid off. The bills go to other things. The income, between two parties. If there's a man and woman in the household, who knows that the income's there? You're talking about poverty level. Where they're saying it's like the income is the median income's like $35,000 or something, or 25. I forget the exact figure, but you got a man and woman in the household making less than one person may make on a salary, having to support kids and pay bills. So if you're living in a place that's mortgage free, you're pretty much trapped. Can you afford to go, move
Yeah.
and spend that kind of money?
Socioeconomic situations
a
just
lot
don't allow them
situation,
to
yeah, it's a lot
uproot and move. It's a lot to
situation.
I'm
move.
telling you, I'm
Yeah.
surprised at that stat though. That Philly's the poorest big
Yeah.
city in the country.
You had said that before. We brought that stat up a couple weeks ago.
Surprised at that.
Yeah, especially compared to cities in turmoil like Detroit and other ways.
Yeah.
But again, this is based on You know, we have actual people. Detroit has a bunch of burnt out
How
shells.
about
They
that?
don't
That's
have
the
the numbers
thing
we
that makes
have.
Detroit despondent.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. It's
Yeah.
a ghost town.
Yeah, it looks like
Businesses and just homes
Yeah,
and
it looks like
whole
Post
blocks.
Airstrike.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah.
But because we have crowded blocks and there's actually a vibrant population, like you
Private
said,
neighborhoods and communities.
it's bad.
Yeah,
man.
that
It's
are
bad.
suffering.
It's
Yeah.
bad. It's bad.
Yeah. So Meek would have had something to say to the president.
Yeah, sure.
If he could get off house arrest and be able to leave the city limits,
Yeah.
which he can't right now. He's still on house arrest.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
you know.
I'm the senator from Iowa. Let me see what this President Obama is. Let me see what his advisor
Hold on,
Mills
I
is
smell
saying.
smoke.
Let me see what. Let me put this in this CD and
What is this?
listen to.
What is this in your bag you speak of?
Church? Oh, church.
Oh,
Let's see
amen.
about church.
That's gotta be wholesome.
YOLO?
Amen.
YOLO?
Why play this Meek Mill? Amen. That's something my family can rally around.
You speak of YOLO?
Sunday
I don't, what
morning.
does that stand for? I don't know what that means. Who is this YOLO?
Sunday morning
Yeah.
tune.
Amen.
There seems to be
That
some
song
smoke.
is-
There seems to be
that's
smoke
what
coming
I'm
from.
asking. Was that the most sacrilegious song ever?
Which one?
Amen. Meek
Oh,
song,
we
amen.
get amen,
You
yeah.
literally talking about we got some bees in this bee and then amen.
You get-
Whoa, I mean the song was hot, but I mean I just can't clap to that. We just being straight against the grain and just
Right.
inflammatory for the sake of being inflammatory. I can't clap to that.
And
my
then,
dude.
and the,
I'm all for
the
freedom of
problem
speech,
with
but
Meek
that's
was,
Taking
the
it
problem
too
with Meek
far.
was when a couple of the pastors and everything came
Yeah,
at
he
him.
was-
He just got all like, he just had no respect.
He was defiant
for,
about
like,
it.
Yeah,
I didn't like
but to
that.
the
I didn't
point
like
where
that.
you just, if you want to have a conversation,
Yeah.
voice your side.
Right.
Listen, I'm not
He's not
trying to
able to
say
have a
this. I'm not
conversation
trying to
about
say
He
that.
didn't.
All
I
I'm
don't
saying
think
is
he
this.
is.
But he just
He was
straight went
defiant.
on
He was defiant. He
defensive
was
and
defiant.
just.
He was
arrogant.
defiant. Yeah, he was defiant.
Like
I
a lot of
don't
youth,
appreciate
like a lot of youth from his generation.
Sure,
are.
they don't
It's purely
respect it.
defined.
Absolutely.
Anti-authority.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed.
Purely
Who
anti-authority.
cares what your grandma think? Old
Nah,
lady,
I don't get
person
it.
on the bus in front of
Better watch your
elderly
back.
folks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
on, man.
It's a shame. It is what it is.
Yep.
Man. But,
Yep.
but that's the youth that are driving. This is the generation that's driving a lot of things that are going on in these streets. You know, and I don't want to put everybody under the same roof and roll over all of them up with the bus, but you know, it's troublesome what you see. It's troublesome what you see. Anybody heard Maxwell's new song?
I haven't heard it. It's good.
I like it.
It's
I like
it's
it.
okay.
It's okay. I like
Okay.
it.
It's not a
It'll grow
it's
on
not
you.
a ooh wee.
Yeah.
Just one song?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
first single he released.
It's nice.
I got it.
Lakes near oceans or waters.
You know what it's gonna be? It's 2 months from now after you've heard it 3 million
It'll be a hitter.
times.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh,
I like it. It's cool.
alright.
It's cool.
It's alright. Yeah, it's
cool.
a nice.
You know.
It's not a bad song at all.
Okay.
First,
But
first release.
It's
The
not a,
upcoming LP will be out this
it's not a
summer.
bitter beer face.
Okay.
No, it's not a bitter beer face, but it's not a like hoo hoo hoo. It's not one of those. You know,
At all.
it's
What
cool.
was that, David, again? What kind of song?
Hoo hoo hoo.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not. It's not.
It's not a ooh
Exactly.
wee.
It's not one of those, but it's a nice track. It's a nice track.
Okay.
So you know, Maxwell has been doing the rounds, you know, letting people know that he has new music coming out. You know, one of the questions that I hear that's often asked of him is like, what takes him so long to put music out? You know, like, dude, it's like 7 years between, between Black Summer's Night and this. So like, what's going on?
Right.
And he's like, I gotta live to make my art.
Right.
You know, my art is
Yeah,
taken from
that's
my
fair.
real
That's
life
fair.
experience.
That's a real fair.
I
That is
prefer
Yeah,
I prefer you take your time.
Absolutely.
Take your time.
Instead of
I prefer
just
you take your
cranking
time.
out tracks
Yeah,
for the
just-
sake of it.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oversaturate yourself
Yeah.
in the market and all that. No,
His
take
answers
your
are
time.
real. You
Yeah,
used to
man.
oversaturate,
Yeah,
formulaic, stamped over subjects that don't
Yeah.
ring true.
Yeah.
He's going to give you what's coming from his heart
Absolutely.
and what
That makes better music. I got
but
no
when
problem
he
with
looks
that.
out his window, this is
Yeah.
what you're going
I
to
got
get.
no problem with that. I
Yeah.
got no problem.
I mean,
with
it's all quality.
that. Yeah. I
But
got
one
no
of the things he
problem
did that was funny, he said he also realizes that he's 42 and he's got to come a little quicker because his time is limited.
Till he
He's getting
ain't no
older.
more.
Yeah, I
This
can't
ain't the
give
urban
City.
hang suite.
Right,
These
right.
days.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a real, Max is a real dude. Like when
Yeah.
you watch him in his interviews and stuff, the feeling I get is like, you know what? I could go to the barn and have a couple peanut butter IPAs with him and chill out, eat some wings, look at some chicks. You know, he's a real dude like that. You know, like you get that from Maxwell. Because he also, one of the questions I also heard asked of him was, what was the radical shift? Like, why'd you cut the hair? And he was simply like, I didn't want to just be known. I didn't want to be a hairdo. Like India.Arie said, I am not my hair. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to be defined by the dude with the big squiggly hair. Like, so the hair was getting too much attention. I wanted people to focus on the music, so I cut my hair.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just, he said the hair was just in at that time. You know, the blowouts were in.
Absolutely.
That's what he went with.
Yeah.
You know, so he decided to go in a different direction as he got a little older.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm eager to check
Definitely.
this next
Yeah, man.
offering. Huge Maxwell
Yeah,
fan,
same,
as I
same.
think everybody in
Oh,
here
love
is.
him, love him.
You know what I mean? And he
Yeah, we
said,
had some good experience with some Maxwell.
Great
The first time I
experience.
played that track was when I got that advanced copy of the, I forget which, I know it was an Urban House.
Embryo.
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 No, in fact, it
was
wasn't Embryo.
Embryo.
No, it was the one with Lovers Only on there. And I played for Lovers Only. It was
The third joint?
yeah, it was the third one, so not Embryo, which is my favorite Max album.
Yeah,
but the
Embryo,
third,
yeah,
Embryo's my
Embryo.
favorite.
Oh, Embryo's your
But the one
favorite
after
too?
that would have played for Lovers Only on it.
Yeah.
Embryo's my
Overall,
favorite. It's
it's sonically,
Snoop, that's
it's
my
crazy.
piece. You talking about
Embryo's
go-to
sonic,
piece?
yeah.
That's my go-to piece.
You know
Urban
what's-
Hang is my favorite.
Urban Hang Suite is
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
But Urban Hang Suite was neo soul.
yeah.
Embryona was just
Embryo was
music.
something different.
It was just music.
Got you.
It wasn't genre specific.
Uh-huh.
And whoever did the mastering on that joint is just crazy.
Mhm.
Because when I had my white Cherokee and I used to play that joint in there,
Yeah, it sounded so good.
it just the mastering of it was just crazy.
Of Embryo, you said?
Yes.
It's just beautiful.
Yes.
Now, David, that's the album. The one with
Now.
I got an advanced
Third
copy
album.
of that.
That's
And,
the third
oh,
one.
my gracious. But when I played that for you, I played over the phone, you were like, oh, cut it
it's
out.
crazy.
We had some good
Crazy,
moments with
yeah.
some Max tracks.
Great
man.
moments with
Yeah,
Max.
yeah.
So looking forward to the new effort. It's always a happening when he drops music.
Yeah.
You just don't know when it's gonna happen.
Right.
You know, he's got a tour coming up. Just did some massive dates up in New York with Nas, who he considers like a brother
Yeah.
in arms. You know what I mean? They did one in Brooklyn, one in at the Prudential Center in Newark.
So he thinks Nas is his brother, not Khaled.
Khaled's everybody's
Khaled,
brother.
everybody.
Because he's the best. So, you know, I wouldn't mind picking up a Maxwell ticket. This would be my third or fourth time seeing him, but I'll always go see Max.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the man. Are we excited about this Beyonce effort coming out on HBO this weekend?
We're lukewarm with it.
I think it ties into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that'll come on Saturday night. But this is like I guess an hour long, for lack of a better term, mini movie.
Right.
She has coming out for Lemonade.
Sure.
It's called
What is
Lemonade.
Lemonade? Is that a
I don't know
song?
if it's a
Is that-
single. Who knows? But this is the mystique of Beyonce. You know, she drops albums out the sky like Pixie does and releases major thing. You know, but I'll say this. You know, I'm a huge I'm not in a beehive or nothing like that. I'm not gonna give it 2 snaps over nothing. But
I have you know.
I'm a fan of Beyonce. Let's just get that right. But Beyonce, who's the last time we've seen with happenings like this? Probably Michael Jackson.
Yeah, man.
This is the last time we've seen an artist that could have happenings when something gets released.
Yeah.
You know, Lemonade. People are
bated
looking for
breath.
Yeah,
People
bated
sitting
breath.
Bated
Right.
breath. Can't wait for Beyonce to just give them a taste
Exactly.
of something.
People waiting for Lemonade to drop the same way you were waiting on Thriller at the movie theater. You know what I mean? Same type of
pretty much there.
weight.
You're right. And she
impact.
can give you anything, whether it's a video,
Right.
a single,
Right.
a product with her clothing, anything
Right.
that she gives you. They got people just waiting.
Which she
for
has coming out
any
too.
smidgen of her life.
Her line of
anything that
clothes.
she's anything we're fortunate enough to get from Queen Bey. And so you got people that are just that
People were waiting for her line of
jocks.
clothes. Her line of clothes
Yeah,
dropped and sold out in minutes.
Right.
You know, the workout.
And she's
gear
moved on from
dropped.
Darion. No more Darion.
No more
right?
Darion. Her new effort is called, I think, Park Avenue or
Yeah,
Park.
I think you're right. on that.
We're gonna
You're
check
right.
and see if we got a caller, but yeah, continue the conversation about Beyonce. Looking forward to this Lemonade thing coming in and dropping, and we'll see what that is, man. What we got here?
Let the listeners get a piece of work.
and more. I can assure everyone who enrolls
If you don't have health insurance,
Okay. All right.
you can sign up right now.
Call the building destroyed.
We're gonna disconnect that because we all have health insurance. Like last I
Ooh,
checked.
that was a good one.
Wow.
Health insurance. Okay.
Thanks, health insurance.
Thanks, health insurance, for
For
calling
the
in.
52 fake out. We thought we had one of our B&D listeners calling to bless us. And
Exactly.
we're getting sold health insurance. Thanks.
And we'll still sell health insurance, a B&D T-shirt
Absolutely.
for participating in the show this evening.
Right, appreciate it.
We'll get that and moving right along. So, Mark, you gonna watch Lemonade this Saturday with Evie, your wife?
No,
No.
not at all.
Derek, you plan on
I'll
watching
check it
Lemonade?
out. I will check
I'm
it
gonna
out.
check it out because I'll be
Out of
watching the rock and
curiosity, out
roll.
of curiosity.
I want to see.
will
I want to see the guys NWA going to the Rock and Roll
Okay.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I'll be checking out HBO anyway.
How about
so-
the
Yeah, I'm down with
That's on HBO?
Yeah, it's gonna be major. This Saturday it premieres the
The,
Rock and Roll
uh,
Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
Text me when they get ready to come on, so I'll just sit through all that.
Yeah.
I like some of those artists, man.
I'm sure you do.
Who's all
listen
going
to-
in, David? Refresh me. Is Gene Simmons going in too?
Yeah, Gene Simmons, who had an ongoing
Right.
spat with Ice Cube.
Yeah,
What's that over? I don't know.
Oh,
Do you
no,
know?
no,
Gene Simmons from Kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons says, why is NWA getting in? They're not rock and roll.
Right.
To Cube's point, which he said, it has nothing to do with rock and roll. Rock and roll is not a genre, it's a spirit.
Exactly. It's a spirit.
You don't have a
it's
rock
a
and
movement.
roll. Rock
it's
and
a
roll is
feeling.
not, yeah, it's a
I
feeling.
like that.
Right.
So when you have jazz artists and R&B artists and country
Right.
artists
Right.
in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you can't say it's just rock and roll, which his point is fair.
It's a pretty archaic
It's
view
good.
of
Yeah,
what rock
it
and
is.
roll
It is.
is.
At this point, this many years in, it sure it started out as rock and roll.
Right,
And once you
it did.
started initiating, black artists and Sam and Dave and Sam Cooke and
Well,
all
Run
these,
DMC changed that forever. When Run DMC went,
absolutely,
that pretty much
man.
opened
Yeah,
the
man.
doors
Indeed.
for stars.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
So
from
there
rock
is
stars,
music
yeah.
still classified as rock.
Sure,
Exactly.
sure. It's
But
rock
not
pop.
rock
To me, it's
rock,
pop.
rock,
You've had an impact
Rock
on
box.
pop.
Come on, you did rock
Yeah,
box. That blurred the
please,
lines.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Indeed.
exactly.
Yeah, look, they
And
sound.
NWA came out. They were more like an alternative punk group when they first came out than a hip hop group.
Gene needs to sit down.
Because who was listening to it? Who introduced most of us to NWA?
Well, I think he's coming from.
He's coming from classic, that old
Fair
school.
enough.
Those
That's
old
fine, but dude, you know, at the end of the
but
day,
fallback.
yeah, at the end of the day,
It's
check your
not-
argument
yeah.
first. It
Fallback.
holds no weight at this in 2016.
It
So,
holds no weight.
you know, I see what you're saying, but at the end of the day, to recognize where we're at in music and know that your point is it makes no sense. So, I mean,
Exactly.
say what you want about that. But shout out to Kiss,
Kiss,
shout out
I
Gene
love
Simmons.
Kiss.
I like Kiss too. I
Kiss
got
is
some
one of
good
my
songs. I got some
all-time
good songs.
favorites.
Not
Yeah.
mine. I like their
I
cool.
love Kiss.
I want to rock and roll all night. Yeah.
I won't say I love Kiss, but they do have some good songs.
Yeah, they got some good songs.
They're
Rock
not
and
amongst
Roll
my
All Night
favorites,
is-
David.
Rock and
If we're
Roll
gonna
All
get to the
Night
rock
is-
bag, Kiss won't be my
Right.
first one I'm pulling out.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
won't get
no,
it now.
but,
We're getting to
but
that rock band.
for who
I-
Kiss it, Rock and Roll All Night is one of the most poppy Kiss songs.
Poppy,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
One of the most.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not the
No.
biggest Kiss fan, to be
Right,
honest.
right,
with you.
right.
You know,
Well,
I'm a
lots
rock
of
kid
people
too.
are.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but Kiss has never
I'm
been.
going to my bag to other artists. I'd rather go Who and you know me, how much I love the Doors.
Stones.
I
I go
love
to
the Doors.
Stones. I go to
Absolutely,
Stones.
any day.
Yeah.
Any
I love
day.
it.
Yeah.
I
Any day.
used to be a big Kiss fan.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay.
One of the black Kiss fan on my block.
You find out
Used to be
Mark came out with a
used to be like, what's
with
he
a,
doing?
with an 8-ball jacket with his face painted with a star like Ace Frehley.
The star, the
Who's
star
this
is Paul Stanley.
Oh,
Wow,
he corrected
Ace
me.
Frehley is the alien. He-
Detroit Rock
Yeah.
City. I got you, Mark.
Oh.
Okay, way to correct me. Good for you. Okay.
Let's be
Alright.
See, a
clear.
non-Kiss fan.
A
What's
non-Kiss
wrong
fan.
there?
That-
They just let that ride, David.
Maybe
I
I
wouldn't know.
I rolled it
I
out there
wouldn't
to
know.
test him. I tested him. He checked me, chin checked me on that one. He
Yeah,
got
let's be clear. Paul Stanley's the lead singer
There
with
you
Scar.
go.
He's the lover.
Okay, all right.
Alright?
Yeah, you got me.
You getting my
Get in his Kiss bag.
my
His destroyer bag.
He's in his
There you go. About to have him call Beth.
I'm all back.
Beth, I hear you calling.
Come on,
Me and the boys are playing. They used to play that on WFIL back in the day.
Wow.
Showing our age, bro.
Showing
Before there was any good
WFIL.
black music on, I listened to WFIL regularly.
So did I.
And I was all in my rock bag.
YSP.
Who was it? Chrissy Hine and them. Was it?
The Pretenders.
The Pretenders. I mean, let's be clear.
Joan Jett.
Fleetwood Mac. I'm
Fleetwood
sorry,
Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
I was Elton. I was
Oh,
Elton all
man,
day long back
please.
then. You're talking Elton.
Oh, Benny and the Jets.
Benny, come on.
Still one of
Benny.
my all-time favorites, man. That's just a
Man.
great song.
Elton.
Well, they used to be my songs.
It's a
They used to
great,
sing
great
it.
song.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
In the playground.
What, Benny and the Jets?
Benny and the Jets?
Bennett and Bennett.
Oh, Bennett and the Jets. Okay.
I was like,
Kids are so
need to get up
innovative,
on
I
it.
tell you.
I guess I
Bennett
need
and
to
the
get up
Jets.
Bennett and the Jets.
Okay, I like it.
on it. When you like 9 years old, you know.
Yeah, stop singing.
I'm taking my ball home.
Oh, I'm taking my ball.
That's nothing to
No
make
more
you cry.
kickball.
When you're 9, that's nothing to make you
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
You got kids on Benny. You get that slow look.
Come in, your mom be like, what's wrong? Who hit you? You were singing Benny and the Jets.
What?
Really?
Boy, your mom doesn't understand what you're talking about. What?
Boy, you gotta go upstairs, that mess.
Benny and the Hex. What? What are you talking about?
Who's Benny?
Who are these Jets?
Is that gang?
Oh, my
Or the Sharks
goodness.
there too? Sharks and the Jets?
Oh my goodness.
All right, so now we round up our rock corner.
Yes.
Why don't we take a quick break? And we never gave out the numbers. If anybody really wants to call outside the insurance people, you're welcome to give us a call. Build and Destroy hotlines are wide open right now. 215-472-0882. That's the number to dial. Ustream.tv. Download the Ustream app on your personal device, and you can check us out live. Search Build and Destroy Radio. If you're riding through West or Southwest Philly, we are live again on WPEB 88.1 FM. This is the Build and Destroy radio program for April the 19th, 2016. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back. Build and Destroy Radio, y'all. Peace.
Benny and the Jets.
Oh, man. Are you the master of that Q button? You the master of that Q button?
The Cuba or Miss?
Yeah.
What you mean? Oh. Yeah, that's what I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do it on that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it too good on here, but.
Yeah.
My man Gene Simmons was bad on the Cube.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, he speaks on it at the joint. You'll see it on the special this weekend. Where he's speaking to Gene Simmons directly. Like, Simmons came out of the block. Like, Q didn't say anything to him. Simmons was like, "What are they doing here?" Like, NWA, man.
I guess I'm sure he didn't want to say nothing about Run DMC. They too big.
They ain't had no words. NWA big too.
They are, but
Especially
step
after the
into
movie.
them and step into
Right.
Run.
To Rev running them. He ain't had nothing to say then, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Like, he didn't want to share the stage with them, you know what I mean? Like, with
Oh.
NWA, you know, because they got Kiss this guy.
But-
So.
I want to say Kiss was inducted when.
I don't think it was this year. I think they were in already. They were in already. Like about 3-4 years ago, maybe more than that.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, Kiss got joints, man. Like you gotta.
Yeah, like
I mean, but I like knew Kiss and all that.
uh,
But like their first like 5 albums, like I pretty much know them joints.
yeah,
But like
yeah,
that new stuff, I don't know the new stuff.
yeah. Like Kiss is one of them groups that never pulled me in. Like my groups back then, I was huge Van Halen. I was the Stones, you know, David Bowie. What's his name? AC/DC,
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy. You know, yeah. Those are the ones that really caught me. And Kiss I just never connected with Kiss.
I mean, a lot of people wouldn't visually when you look at
Yeah,
them, and that people thought they were all gimmicky, but
yeah,
musically they was on point.
yeah, they were beast musically. Definitely.
Yeah,
We gotta talk about
Kiss, I was just saying, like, who I was into.
Yeah.
I was more Ozzy. I was Van Halen. I was a huge Van Halen. I was really huge.
I like
Van Halen.
Asia and Boston. Those are my. I like Asia, Boston. I like those kind of more soft.
David Lee Roth was
Journey, of course. I love Journey. Gotta love Journey.
I was a huge David Lee Roth guy.
Really? Okay. Van Halen. Okay.
Yeah, I rock with Eddie Van Halen, like the
Yeah,
guitars.
yeah,
like,
baseball jump and all that.
Yeah. Jump, that was their main pop thing.
Yeah.
But Panama, that's still.
Yeah, Panama's great. Panama's a great song. Panama.
When he does that little solo, it's kinda hot tonight. Roll down the window, move my seat back. Wind is between my ears and she's riding. Yo, I love it. Love it.
That is so clutch. Oh my God.
Yes, man. Van Halen was that band.
Oh, speaking of rock band, Weezer's new album is so dope.
Is it really?
I'm not gonna lie to you, God. You know my Weez
New
back. Oh, the new
Weezer.
Weez is big. I got the physical copy.
Wow,
You
you
know,
might die.
I told you I don't play my artist. I get my artist.
Yeah.
I get the physical.
Nice.
Oh, and that thing is nice, man. I'm gonna let you bless you with
You
that.
go strawberries or 6
I went to FY, man. I went to FT.
You went to FY.
Yeah, I
You
went
did
to
old
FYE.
school. That's
And
what's
they
up.
added that at $9.99. I said, I'll take that.
Nice.
Get that hard copy. I mean, you know, it's just for the sake of getting it. But yeah, once it goes in the iPod, that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I purchased a physical copy. My artists I support and love to get a physical copy.
I like it.
So that thing is nice though. Very nice. Very nice.
You got a community, John?
Yeah, that too.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go back.
Yo, I should have checked this thing. I cannot work. You can hear me?
It's not working over there.
I can hear you.
You hear me through that, or you hear me through this?
Of course, you know your thing's not plugged in either.
I can hear you.
Are this is not yours?
I don't know. I can hear you when you speak. I can barely hear him.
I can hear you. It's
I
a
usually-
little low, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know if the music.
I need to get closer to the mic then. I'm thinking.
He needs to be closer, and you need to speak closer too, or pull it towards you.
I do. I mean, I usually can hear it. That's why.
Yeah, tonight it's like a little low, but she was saying there was some issues, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Cause you know the music. It sounds like your mic's the only one
That's how, yeah. And
you're
that's
gonna
what,
hear. Everything's gonna come through yours, but that's not good for the.
that's what she was
audio.
saying. That's what she was saying. But just speak. You just all gotta speak up. It's like they spin the wheel. Which mic is gonna act up? One week it'll be that one, and it might be mine. And this mic is gonna cut.
Yeah.
But she keeps talking this thing, but that's her usual spiel. So take that with a grain of salt. But we're on air, so we don't want to talk disparaging. So, are you ready? Build and Destroy Radio, back on 88.1 WPEB. We're live. Build and Destroy Radio program again. Music director Mark Bennett spinning. Despite some of the challenges we have in studio right now, he's still doing his thing. And on the commercial break, as we roll up on Derek's Community Corner, we're talking about music and everything. We'll get back into this. But you know, Derek, you said you physically bought an album this week,
Yes.
which took me back and made me start thinking of who remembers Columbia House?
Oh, Columbus, we used to rack up. You were a big
Yeah.
Columbia
I
House.
was.
That's a
That's
David.
how I got my collection.
That's a man. Columbia House getting 10 CDs.
Yeah.
You're paying the
Price
long
of
one.
one.
But you get that first order,
I
13
wonder
CDs for a penny?
I wonder if David actually paid.
I think I paid for the first one. I wasn't paying for the best of Merle Haggard after that. I mean, 'cause that's what they get you on.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
no, you said you're supposed to
Say
send
yes
pick
or
your
no.
genre.
You say yes or no.
Yeah,
to-
you're supposed to do it.
Even when you said no, they still snuck one in on you.
Yeah, don't say
Like a
that.
Natalie Cole. I'm like, I don't want Natalie Cole. Like,
They get a bill for
I
that.
didn't ask. Yeah, I didn't ask for free to paint. Like, who gets me free to paint? Like,
Free to pay.
yeah, yeah, exactly. They always got you with one other, whether you said no or not. They would always have an excuse like, oh, we received that after, you know, then they wanted you to pay for it.
Right.
I paid my $112.99.
Right.
You know, or back then it was like $17. They got you at the
Oh,
loaded
definitely,
price.
definitely.
I paid my
Check baby, the
$118.99.
greatest hits.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
paid for
Columbia.
that.
I hit Columbia House a couple times.
Wow.
You did it a couple times?
Mark Bennett, Stefan Bennett.
Wow. Oh, no, you did.
You hit them with all different.
Wow.
Mark,
Yeah.
You messed Marquise's credit up before he was in the You mentioned that Marquise Bennett.
You
Well,
get,
he tried
you
to
get that box with 13. You had music for a
yeah.
month. You just get all the good hip hop during. You had music for a month.
Yes, you
Then-
did.
I mean,
But here's
serious.
the thing. Remember when when it was all tapes, and then the CDs was coming out. You had
Right.
the dilemma because I mean, you still had the tape deck in your car.
Yeah.
You didn't have CD deck necessarily in your car,
Right.
but you had CD at home.
I took
so
a
you was
gamble
like,
on all CDs,
you would
which
be
was
like-
going against the grain.
yeah, you'd be like, I can get what 12 cassettes
Right,
or
right.
8
Yeah,
CDs.
yeah,
yeah.
You'd be like,
Yeah.
like I don't know what to do.
And they
Yo.
have more selection of tapes, of course. More,
Yeah, back
more
then,
dope
yeah.
hip hop options.
Yo,
of tapes.
I listen. I'm gonna take you back. I remember most of my 13 that I got. It was like the first Father MC album. It was like Mary J. Blige 411. It was like Who's the Man soundtrack. I got Today. I got a Today out Today's first album. That was. I mean,
Silk's first one.
that set the groundwork for my CD collection. That's how I
I see,
built my
I
CD
see,
collection
I
off of
see.
it. I got some great. I got a Jeff Red album. I
Right.
think Jeff Red. Oh man.
Kwame.
Well, I think I got a Kwame
on
in
his
there.
first one.
Yeah, like a Keith Sweat
Yeah.
joint.
All them good rappers that were with Columbia, like Cypress,
They were.
Kwame,
Yeah,
all
they
those
were.
white artists that were on
NWA.
Columbia. Jeff Red was on Columbia.
Jeff Red, yeah.
All those guys were.
All those dope
Father
artists.
MC.
I got a Heavy D album.
Yeah, they were all on Columbia. So
Yeah.
yeah, you got all the dope Columbia artists.
There was another, what's that artist on tip of my tongue? Like, not Redhead Kingpin. It was another one.
Tony Terry was
Maybe
in his
Tony-
R&B. Tony
You
Terry.
talking about Rat Boy, Steve
Yeah, I was Redhead Kingpin.
Red the Kingpin.
Red
Okay,
the
yeah, he
Kingpin.
was on. He was on. I think he was on East West.
Yep.
Yeah.
OG and the Bulldog.
Yeah,
Yeah, those, all
NOG.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. It's a major.
Wow.
And I remember just laying back. I stayed in my room because right along with that, I went CDs back then because I had went to Sound of Upper Darby and got like a refurb like Sony CD, my first CD player.
Right.
It was a single one.
Right.
And that was such a big deal to plug and hook that
Yeah,
thing up.
oh, man.
And be like, and your eyes lit up when you heard the sound. You're like, it's so crisp, it's so clear. Like,
yes.
yeah, man. So that was big.
That's going back.
Oh man, House Party soundtrack is another one.
Absolutely.
House Party
Absolutely,
1
yes.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Huge album.
That's what soundtracks were.
Soundtracks were
man.
massive
Oh,
back in
man.
the day.
Jeez.
Yeah, they were massive.
That's
So
crazy.
we're up at the corner.
Let's
You
roll
wanna-
to the corner. Yeah,
Okay.
it's got some interesting events coming
Give
up.
us some positivity
Absolutely,
in the
absolutely.
community, Jerry.
We have the Philadelphia Science Festival taking place throughout West Philly. The
Okay.
annual Philadelphia Science Festival returns on April the 22nd through the 30th. A lot of cool and free events will be happening in West and Southwest Philadelphia, from astronomy night for families to a discussion of the brewing process and beer sampling for adults.
Nice.
Clap to that.
Science and beer is always a good
Absolutely.
thing.
Join local astronomers for some stargazing and participate in other cool products. Several locations will be hosting this event, so you can pick one. You have Drexel University's Dornsife Center at 3509 Spring Garden Street. You have the African Episcopal Church of St. Thomas, 6361 Lancaster Avenue. You have the Schuylkill Banks, which is the Schuylkill Banks Trail at Walnut Street. And you also have the National Wildlife Refuge at Tinicum, which is 8601 Lindbergh Boulevard, in my part of town. So throughout West Philly, Southwest Philadelphia, some great science events to get the kids involved. If you have an hankering for science yourself, come out to the West Philadelphia Science Festival. For more information, visit www.philasciencefestival.org.
Repeat that one more time.
Absolutely. www.philasciencefestival.org. That's all together, no spaces. And again, that's this Friday, April the 22nd through April the 30th. And we also have, let's see, we also have the upcoming Help University City Green plant 85 trees this Saturday. David, you always talk about the
tree
benefits of
initiative.
the arbor movement and planting trees.
I am an
beautifying the neighborhood.
I'm an avid arborist
Absolutely.
in Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
I'm all about the trees.
Indeed. This Saturday, April the 23rd, volunteers are needed to help University City Green beautify Powelton Village by planting 85 trees in the area. Work starts at 9 a.m. at the Dornsife Center previously mentioned at 3509 Spring Garden Street, and will continue until approximately 1 p.m. All the tools will be provided, but wait, you'll also get a free lunch.
Do tell.
Absolutely, they'll feed you as well. If you're interested in helping out, please RSVP to reserve your spot on the tree planting team by emailing wharris@ucgreen.org. Again, wharris@ucgreen.org, or call for more information, 215-476-0124. Again, 215-476-0124.
Listen, so one activity gives you beer with your science.
Yes,
The other one gives you food with your art.
absolutely.
That's a
Great
good thing.
events this week.
Great events this week.
Get off the couch. Let's play. It's beautiful
That's right.
weekend this week.
Enjoy that spring air.
Indeed.
Get out and about in your community. And one of the things that's huge in the community is we always talk about it doesn't cost any money to break out a broom
Right.
and sweep up your
Absolutely.
community.
I love that. Absolutely. That's a great thing.
And a big part of that initiative is the Philadelphia Flyers because they have
They're
brooms
doing
ready.
that, absolutely.
Yeah, the Flyers
They're
have
gonna
brooms
contribute
ready.
their part.
They're going to
They're
contribute their
clean,
part
clean,
to
easy
their
and clean.
community corner.
Absolutely.
Once they use the brooms for their sweep that they're about to
Right.
get swept
Yes,
by
right.
from the Washington
It'll
Capitals,
be a clean. Wells Fargo will never look so nice.
yes,
It'll
the
never look so
grounds will be
immaculate.
immaculate and
Cleaned
well
out
kept.
from all remnants of a spring run to the Stanley Cup.
Maybe Wayne Simmons and Claude Giroux can come down in your area and sweep about.
Hey,
Sweep about,
hey,
in the community and sweep up their communities. And while they're at it, they can sweep up some of the mess that got thrown on the ice the other night,
Yes.
to the fans' disgust for that effort.
absolutely.
On a night when they were supposed to be honoring Ed
Snyder.
Chairman and going too soon. Ed Snyder, he died at what is he?
85.
85. Long illustrious career, and we talked about last week his passing.
He's been an owner since the Flyers been in existence. Never.
He brought the Flyers to
There's never
Philadelphia.
been a season without Ed
He
Snyder.
brought
at
this
the
team.
helm.
This is the first playoff
That's
season
something,
that
man.
has not been around.
And the first home game he's not there. This is what happened.
And this is what
Act
happens.
of fool.
His spirit
Act of
is not
fool.
honored correctly.
No.
Fans disgusted over the Flyers' effort to, let's just call it what it is, a better team. And they're being proven. They got taken out to the house and spanked 6-1 last night. Bands were given to the fans to help in the ceremonies pre-game for Ed Snyder.
Celebration, right.
They were glowing
Beautiful
guard bands
ceremony,
that lit
how
up
it was.
in
Beautiful
sync.
ceremony,
It
right.
was a good look.
Right.
But as the game became, as the contest became 4-1, 5-1, fans got disgusted. Players started acting out a little bit on the ice. And next
Right.
thing you know, the bands that were there for the Ed Snyder celebration
Right,
got
right.
thrown onto the ice. Flyers down 3-0. Like we said, the brooms are about to get swept out tomorrow night. They'll probably get finished off. We'll see what kind of pride they got. But, this team led by Alexander Ovechkin coming up the turnpike from D.C. is just a better team.
Hope B just
Hope B
he's
is-
a brick wall.
As they say in hockey, standing on his head. The Flyers aren't getting enough shots on goal, quality shots on goal, and they're down 3-0. But this leads us to our second build and destroy question for the evening. The behavior displayed by the fans at the hockey contest last night was abhorrent behavior, which has often been synonymous nationally with Philadelphia fans. Do you feel that this action displayed by the fans last night that made national news was typical Philly, or are we getting a bad rap again?
It's typical Philly. We get bad rap. There's times when we bring it on ourselves, and we brought it on ourselves. Last thing you need is a national game to bring that kind of attention to yourself. Because it was a combination of two things. The Flyers acting like clowns, frustrated with the loss. Can we just dead the whole Broad Street bully thing once and for all?
Should've been
Because
there.
every time we lose a series, we try to quote unquote send a message. You check somebody into the boards, or you just drop the gloves and start fighting.
Right.
What is it?
I'm gonna say, what is
That's
that?
that old 70s Clarkey and Ben
That's
Wilson
not the
and
game
McLeish.
Not
Them
even
days
close.
are
Not
over,
the
man.
game
Them days are
anymore. It's
over. You're not sending a message, but just the fact that you're more of a clown, because that's the only way you can make a mark is to start a fight.
What
You're
was
getting
that
mocked.
hit?
You're getting mocked by
What was
Washington.
that hit last night, late in the game?
That was by Bellemare.
By Bellemare.
But to his defense, he was trying about that. It was a bad hit.
He could
but
have paralyzed that team.
He certainly could have. It was a bad hit, but he stood over him, and he wasn't just checking him and going off like, oh well. He stood over with genuine concern, but after that, it just denigrated to a free-for-all. So the Flyers started dropping gloves, Caps started dropping gloves, and it became a Donnybrook. And we don't need that because it's national TV. Then the fans start acting up, and it adds to the element of Philly fans are clowns again.
Yep.
And we always have to, we get sensitive when we're painted unfairly.
Right.
But at the same time, we do things like this to add fuel to the fire.
And you
Because
know
I'm the
that-
first to defend Philly fans. Even
Of course.
I defend even Eagles fans to a point.
Right.
Yes, I know there's clowns, but there's good Eagles fans too
Right.
at the stadium.
Right.
And then you can't, I mean, football's different. I gotta admit, sometimes I can be hypocritical with that because I do use broad strokes a lot of times when talking about the Eagles fans due to my experiences. But at the same time, I still respect my city and I respect my friends and family who are Eagles fans as real Eagles fans that would be caught dead doing those kind of things. So it's just we make 2 steps and we take 3 steps back, and it's enough already. And this gets frustrating because the first thing the media's gonna say, Philadelphia fans.
Well, you know the narrative. The narrative is the same way.
Santa Claus. I mean,
Santa
that
Claus
old
and
time
cheering over
nonsense
Michael
out.
Irvin as he
Yeah,
lay
stop
motionless
it,
on
stop
the hard veteran church step.
Stop it.
This is the latest chapter, blah, 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 blah.
Right,
We all know
right.
the narrative.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the authors of the narrative, let's get the opinion of Mark Bennett.
I'm not an author of it. Black owned.
You're one of the co-signees. You're one of the co-signees.
No, I think I agree with Derek wholeheartedly. Sometimes you just gotta take onus for it.
Own up to what you
gotta-
did.
You just gotta. The thing that gets me is that we're passionate. Passionate does not mean we're idiots.
That's it.
You don't have to be an idiot to be passionate.
That's it.
You can, and you don't. It's that. It's just that excessive. They're talking about people throwing hoagies at people, and you throw food at another human being.
That's a problem.
I mean, that's a problem, man. That's a problem. And it's just the countless stories, you know, that I heard on our competition station today, and just about just things that happen in these arenas, and they happen nationally.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Things happen nationally.
Yes, it does.
There's some places you can go to Green Bay with your Eagles jersey or your Cardinals jersey or whatever and not have a problem.
It's Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
But I've heard things like in Pittsburgh where things aren't tolerated.
Wait a
Baltimore,
minute. You
Cleveland.
can't go to a Dodgers game in LA. They got gangbangers in the
Absolutely.
7-Eleven.
Yeah,
You can lose your life. People have lost their lives at
Yeah,
Dodgers games.
and that's
And-
a
and
different
40
element. Though.
And 49ers
That's a-
games at Candlestick. You know, they so let's
But
you know.
don't. Let's not.
And those acts
confuse,
don't get
but-
half the publicity that something in Philadelphia gets. So
but-
that's my defense.
Well, no, because then I think you have to categorize those as 2 different things. Gang violence is gang violence.
But it's at a game. They're
It's
still
at,
fans.
it's at a game.
Gangbangers are Dodgers
But
fans too.
if somebody performs a terrorist act at a Philadelphia, they're not gonna say, "Oh, it's the Philly fans."
No, that's two different
No,
things.
it's
Maybe
two
they might.
different things.
No, that's two
It's
different
gang
things.
violence.
Maybe they might.
It's
No.
gang violence.
No, it's gang violence at a Dodgers game. They're not just
yeah,
going,
but it's
they
gang.
got
But you can't
Dodgers
say it
jerseys
as a
on.
Dodgers
Right,
fan.
right.
That is a Dodgers fan.
No,
They're at the game.
no,
They're
no.
saying
The onus is he was a Braves fan. So I'm a Dodgers fan,
Right.
and I see this bull with a Braves jersey on. I'm just going to get poked.
Right.
Like you said, David. So the onus was, even though they're gangs, Snoop, the fact that they paid admittance to get into the stadium, so they're under the auspices of Dodgers fans. They didn't go and repping Pyru 183
Right.
before
Right.
set. They're Dodgers fans at that moment. They happen to be gang members,
Right.
but whatever action they take is going to be
And I'm
construed
saying,
as Dodgers fans.
when
But the gang
things
element
come
adds a
out, when
bad situation
people
to it.
get shanked and all that, and then you find out that it's gang related. To me, that's a
See,
separate
But
societal
here's the
ill.
thing. That's
a
not. It's
separate
not gang
societal
related.
ill.
The act that happened. First of all, the minute you step into Chavez Ravine, home of the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium, you're a Dodgers fan.
Exactly.
That wasn't an act. The acts that have gone on that Dodgers game wasn't gang member against gang member. Those guys attacked a regular fan who was at the game and just happened to have like a San Francisco Giants
Right,
jersey
right,
on
right,
at
right
the
there,
Dodgers
right.
game, and that man got beat within an inch of his life.
Yeah.
And it's just learning how to walk again.
Absolutely.
And the guys that beat him just so happened to be gang affiliated.
Right, right.
So that's not an act of a gang. That's
Right, that's unfortunate.
yeah.
Right.
Those are
And
idiots.
they paid admission. They've been
They-
happening outside.
exactly.
But once you're in that stadium, you're going to
Right.
be classified as the fan.
Right.
So You are a
Right.
fan, but like you said, Snoop, it's the gang element
It's a gang
that
element.
sullies the fan,
Right.
the fan
Right.
reputation. But
Right.
it
That's
just is
no
what it
different.
is. It is
That's
what
no
it is.
different than Joe from Fishtown. There's a hooligan element that comes to Eagles and Phillies, whatever's game. They just so happen to be they're Phillies fans, but they're idiots from Fishtown and you know Fifth and Skunk or whatever you know.
Yeah.
But they're still they're still fans of the
Well,
team. Unfortunately, they are, but they are.
I think when you look at Oakland, you look at San Fran, you look at LA, there's another component that I'm saying that's involved there, where you have
I know what you're saying.
and
I got
I don't want to blur those lines.
It's
I
synonymous
don't want
to
to
their
blur those
community.
lines
Right.
of two people from Philadelphia.
Right.
One comes in with another jersey on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just because you're of another team, and I'm going to support, as opposed to freaking little OG Loke Dog, who's just crazy. Like he's just, it's a whole different
No, I know what you're saying.
level
But
of craziness.
I just think the thing you got to remember is that every area's got things that are synonymous to that area. It just so happens out in California they have a gang thing.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, we have, for lack of a better term, we have a white trash thing. In Philly, that that unfortunately gets represented nationally as our fan base when that's not all us.
It's not.
Just
and
like
nothing's
everybody's not a
universal.
cholo
Did
gangster
you
out
have
in
nothing
LA.
Flyers, David? Or
Yeah, let's say Flyers, let's say Eagles, whatever. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
nothing's universal.
Yeah, nothing's universal. Just like it was only a small
there-
amount of fans
but
that
there
acted out
is
that
a-
Flyers thing. But they.
There is a sentiment of Philadelphia that is like, we're so passionate that we're going to be louder, we're going to be more obnoxious, and we know we're never going to back down, and we're always going to start, and we're always going to be derogatory to you. Like, it's just never watching the game and giving normal business. Me and Derek been to more games out in the enemy's camp than the norm, but I've been to Chicago and been given the business, and it's been great.
In New
It's
Orleans,
been
you've been
great.
in New Orleans,
I've been
you
to
got the
New
business.
Orleans and got the business.
Right.
I've been to Arizona. I've been to. I've been.
I think the problem is what you said, Mark. That,
It's
what kills me is the
It's
term,
a way that you do it.
The
That's
term
what it
passionate
is.
doesn't give you a
It
free
doesn't give
license
you
to
a
act
license
like an
to be a
asshole.
fool.
Just because you're passionate doesn't mean you have to be an ass. And I think a
Exactly.
lot of fans here get that mixed up passion. That doesn't give you a green card pass to act like a damn fool.
And I don't even want to say liquor's an excuse. Cause I get as hammered. I've been hammered at the games as the next man, but nothing's compelled me to say, I'm gonna just throw a punch or throw a beer onto the stands. Dude, you learn how to drink. I mean, that's your issue that you don't know how to drink. But I mean, don't use that as an excuse. Because I've been hammered in situations, but I know how to conduct myself.
Right.
It's about knowing how to conduct yourself. People can get sipped up at a sporting event and say, oh man, we took the L. You go home, punch a pillow. Go throw a beer bottle in your parking lot or something at home. If you got to break something at your house. But don't go start tearing up and start, causing mayhem over the auspices of being a fan. It's two separate things completely.
But
I have no
and-
respect for those that use that as a reason to cut out. None.
And I think you were naming some other cities or places where things can get wild. I know the Redskins fans they're a little off. I've been in New York.
New York fans are
New
definitely
York
off.
fans.
I've seen that firsthand.
New York fans are mild. They're used to other people. They're used to.
They're used to
They're used
themselves,
to-
first of all.
They're used to tourism.
Yeah.
So that there's just not as homogeneous as Philly. So when
But I've seen-
Philly people look around, they say, "You're not
Listen.
with us," and they get all.
Dude,
It's
listen,
very professional.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
But I love that about the city.
It's no, it's
I'm
cool.
not-
I love it, but it can hate
It's
it also.
cool, but it's
I
like
love
I'm not
it, but I hate it.
don't-
I love it, but I hate it.
goodness, yo,
I'm not as
like-
well traveled as you two are, but I went to a Jets home opener before, and I saw some behavior up in that, and I was up in the 700 level.
Eagles there? Jets Eagles?
No, it was
Okay.
Jets. It was Jets. Jets Falcons. I think I forget. It was a good game.
I went to the Jets
It
game.
was like I went to a Jets game at the old Giant Stadium. And these new stadiums, it gets a more corporate kind of feel. So, but the old Giant Stadium, I was up in that 700 level. I saw things that would have got you thrown in jail underground in Philly. Like dudes getting thrown down rows of steps, and all you see is them bouncing down the concrete. So like, oh my God, he's gonna die. Like, and it just went on. It took security like they ain't a quarter to get there.
And they're probably Jets fans fighting Jets fans.
Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't
the Falcons.
It was
That's
Jets.
crazy.
That's why I said they used to themselves. They get
That's
sauced.
just disagreements.
Yeah, man.
When it's, I've seen stuff. I've been around the block. I've seen stuff, and I've seen stuff in Texas Stadium.
Right.
I've seen stuff where Cowboys fans that are not like East Coast people. I've been in Cowboys. I've been in Texas Stadium, and then when my first game in Texas Stadium,
I remember you called
and they told me to sit. They asked me to sit down.
You went to go see Frisco.
San Fran with,
I remember you called me about that. I remember very well.
And they asked me to sit down because I was standing up, and I was like, what?
Well, you remember the time we
I'm
went?
at the game.
The time we went, and nobody checked me the whole weekend. Not one person even gave me a derisive look. And I wore Arizona Cardinals gear every day we were there, to the mall, to the stores. Nobody even said, yo, you going down this weekend. You tried at the gala and wear a Chargers jersey if the Eagles are playing the Chargers. You gonna get, you know you're gonna get your behind mocked on Sunday. You ain't gonna be wearing that, you gonna get something. But nobody even, we were sitting there.
That's fine.
I mean, that's fine. I'm not mad at that. I
I'm
believe
not
that.
mad at
I don't judge Cowboys fans on that because they're just
No,
not
I'm
like
talking
that.
about the.
I didn't judge them and say,
going
oh, they're
down
bad
and all
fans.
that.
But I mean, it just was funny because coming from Philly, I'm not used to that. I expected to get the A-hole cheer. I never got it once. I stood up cheering for Anquan Bolden, talking about clowns and Snoop and my brother were looking at me like, okay, really, Edge? Really? We about that. We going back. But the Cowboys fans are like, all right. I just called the bull who's sticking Anquan Bolden the clown. Quan, these clowns can't stick you. And Snoop and my brother looked at me like, you better sit down. And people were like, all right. No one said, you going down. It's a different dynamic. That's all there is.
Exactly.
To your original point, to your original point, it's Philly. It's just something to be expected, but I'm not gonna give them the pass because I love my city. Clearly,
they get no pass.
People have to they have to know the limit of it.
Yeah.
When you start throwing, like you had things thrown at you.
Absolutely.
I've stood right there.
Whole beers.
I'm not no
Whole
big
beers.
dude. I'm not an imposing dude.
Right.
And I've seen dudes in the link bypass me and go to girls and almost scuffle with girls with Cowboy stuff.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there
Children.
like,
Children.
and
Kids.
like four big Dallas fan boys rolled up and was like, yo, like, what's the leave the girls alone? And it was like, if you want to mess with somebody, mess with us. And the boys was like, oh. And I was just like, see, this is.
That's a clown element. That's a clown element.
It was a clown. So the lesson here, I think, so we're definitely giving 3 thumbs down on the behavior of some of the Flyers fans at the game last night.
Just because of what it was.
Just because
what the night was.
Yeah, what it was
I
supposed
mean,
to be.
People talk about expectations. You thought they would come out, and even if they lost 2-1, 3-2, 3-1, whatever, people were disappointed, I guess, with the effort. You're playing the number 1 seed. You're
In the league.
number 1 8. You're the 8th seed.
They won the what's the name?
But
The
the
President's
number
Trophy.
1 team we beat twice though. Stupid. They didn't
No,
stay
no.
a month.
So it
I
helps
thought
some.
we
Right.
did.
No, because you were on a run. You were on a run.
If you recall,
At
we
the end of
thought
the
we
year.
thought it was going to be a run. But I know it's the number 1 seed, and in hockey, a lot of times number 1 has an
you can
chance.
More than
So
any other
we,
sport.
me and David,
Definitely.
unapologetically thought they didn't want no parts of us.
Definitely.
So that was my own reason talking.
And
reality and set up. And so kudos to the Caps for showing that, we trying to handle this. So kudos to them for taking it to us and
Bigger,
chomping
stronger,
us.
faster.
And it is what it was,
Yeah,
man. It's like
bigger,
you
stronger,
said,
faster.
it's a disparity now. And when the playoffs come, it's supposed to come out. In hockey, you have a chance, but we ain't about that. We ain't been about
Hockey
that life
more
for
than
3
any other
games.
sport,
yeah,
and that's what we
number
help.
8.
We ain't been back. We
Because
ain't
the
about that
goalie
game
factor.
for 3
Another
games.
sport has a goalie.
Oh,
The only thing is
man,
on
David.
soccer.
Oh, man.
You get a hot goalie, you can beat anybody.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
man.
But it was not meant to be.
Mason's
Not
been
meant to be.
he's been a sieve.
He's been
a
sick.
sieve.
That weak goal. And
Oh, my goodness.
Full ice
The,
Jordan.
oh,
fuck,
man. The one Ovechkin coming right out the box just gets it and just shoots it from the corner of the blue line. Like, come on.
Off the bounce, off the
Mason.
ricochet. It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
frustration.
Very disappointing.
We gotta win one, David. We gotta win one to start a run. Maybe just do what it do, man.
Let's go around.
I gotta at least
Do you
hold.
think they'll get one tomorrow?
I don't feel good about it.
I don't feel
I'm
good
cheering
about it. I don't
amongst
think so
all
either.
hope. I'm cheering amongst
I don't
all
feel
hope,
good
David,
either.
that we get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping to come over to your house this weekend and get game
I don't
5.
think you're gonna make it to it.
Aye,
I don't think you're gonna make it to the house. You're welcome around. You're welcome to watch the Rangers or the San Jose Sharks if you want. The Blackhawks series is a hell of a
I'm not
series.
trying to watch that.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna make it. We're not gonna make it.
Okay.
Mm. Speaking of people who are gonna make it,
Right.
who's winning right now? Michael Strahan is winning right now. Strahan dropped a bomb, a slight bomb, on fans of his and fans of the Kelly and Michael franchise. So, you know, the huge talk show that he has been on for the past 2 years. He's jumping ship. Michael Strahan is going to become a full-time cast member on Good Morning America, and he's leaving
Miss Ripka.
Kelly and Michael. He's leaving Kelly Ripa. What you say, Mike?
Miss
Miss
Ripka.
Ripka.
He's leaving Miss Ripa. They said the search will begin in the fall for a replacement. Now, this seems to me, from what I can gather, just reading between the lines, that I think he sees more permanency with Good Morning America. There is currently talks that the live franchise will be on up until 2020, and it will probably bow out around that time, and they'll make a decision based on
Ripper and
yeah, the
Strahan.
live Good Morning Live franchise might be done in 2020. So to me, it seems like Michael might know some stuff behind the scenes about the life expectancy of that show, and you know, he might just be, you know, going to more greener pastures.
Yeah.
I'm sure the money they're paying him is outlandish. He was already making outlandish money
This
on
now, my goodness.
live. You know, he's been a huge success.
Mm-hmm,
They were able to transition that show from the stodgy days of Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee
right.
Gifford and ushered in a new era
Yeah.
with Michael Strahan. So he brought a whole new audience to them,
Kudos
a
to
whole
him
new
for that.
energy,
Kudos
to the tune of where they won an Emmy last year,
Right,
Best
right.
Daytime Talk Show. So it wasn't for lack of success. I think he sees something like, you know, I may as well jump this now.
Now he might thought Ripper might leave before he leaves.
Exactly. He knows something.
Ripper's highly in demand.
Exactly.
So she might have said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this more French. I got my own show. So he might have said, you know what, let me get out now.
Yeah, get
That's
out
a
now.
possibility, David. That's a possibility.
Yeah, I would think
with the Good Morning franchise, that's a number of players. So he'll always be amongst players. Al and those guys.
He's still in the morning.
And exactly. And they got an interchangeable
The same
pool of
network
people.
too, right?
Same
Is it?
network.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's up.
Same
upstairs,
production, you know,
that's
ABC,
upstairs.
ABC
yeah.
Family, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing with him was, you know, he did that downtown in Times Square, Good Morning America, and then the days he did it, he'd have to leave early to get all the way up Midtown to the set of Live, and you know, so that kind of warned him a little bit. You know, dodging that traffic in the morning in New York City is no joke. So, but you know, Michael Strahan's one of them cats that's just blessed. There's no other way to say it. You know, he's gonna land on his feet no matter what he does. You know, so. Derek, I like that theory you just put out there because they're probably getting a vehicle ready for Kelly Ripa right now. She'll just pick up and they'll reboot
Absolutely.
it. It'll just be the Kelly show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so don't be surprised if they do that. So, you know, he used that as a launching pad. You know, like I said, something's going on behind the scenes that make him leave. So
That's
You know.
because they had good chemistry. I didn't watch the show often, but they had good
they
chemistry.
had really good chemistry.
Yeah, they were a good team.
I've been on for a little while.
He's
So
that boy.
huh?
Yeah,
He's that boy.
I was just going to say that.
Yuck it up.
I was just going to say that. I mean,
mean,
can you
he's
think?
that boy.
I challenge both of you to tell me a person that you hated on the field of play more than one person, and then you stone cold are a
Like
fan
him
of his
so
once he
much,
leaves.
yeah.
I couldn't stand Michael Strahan when he played for the Giants. Those battles he had with John Runyon over the years, and the stuff he did,
Gap
down
tooth chump.
abusing.
Could say like
Yeah,
gap tooth.
yeah. I was like, you gap too. Yeah, beep, beep, beep. I couldn't stand him. And the flexing and I hate him.
But now,
I was like, you know what? I really want to dislike him, but
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Strahan is the man.
One more touchdown and we are world champions.
What do you say, Mark?
One more touchdown and we're world champions. If I see that clip one more
There
time.
it is.
yeah.
There it is, man. I mean, just his football life was one of the more uplifting football lives that I saw.
how about that?
When you read his story,
Yeah.
and his upbringing, and you can't help but like the dude, man. He's winning. He's winning.
He's the yuck boy, trust me.
Yeah, man.
He can sit up there and yuck up with.
He's a yuck boy. He can
Yeah.
yuck it up with the best of them, man. I mean, they got him on the red carpet at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, you're yucking it up.
Yeah.
You know, we should all wish to be in some circles like that. Yuckable.
Jeez.
Derek, I think you're quite yuckable. I think you're right up there. You
My
want the top
yuckable
yuck.
factor is okay.
Yeah,
we can all schmooze it up.
Yeah, we can all schmooze it up.
absolutely.
He's got it.
We have that potential.
Yep.
He's got it.
Yeah. Our potential will not go unnoticed. Trust me, Mark.
Yeah.
Like cooked food.
Like cooked food. Any new music out? Anybody checking for anything right now?
No.
I got a couple new people I've been digging on.
Yeah.
The one Snow you guys may have heard of. Y'all didn't hear of Snow?
No, sir.
Snow?
Yeah, as a
Informer.
Farmer
back in the
Snow?
day. Yeah.
Wait a minute, I
Is
gotta.
it the boom boom down?
White,
Snow?
white reggae artist Snow from Canada.
No. Y'all ain't peeped up? Well, alternative R&B shit, pretty hot, real hot right
This
now.
is right up there with your discovery of Anderson .Paak.
Anderson
to us.
.Paak. How about I want to see what Snoop's talking about?
Anderson
Snow,
.Paak is huge right
Allegra?
now. by the
Okay.
way.
Huh?
Anderson .Paak is huge. He just
Oh, yeah, he the man.
just watched him rip up the stage at Coachella.
Oh,
I was watching Coachella all last weekend, and his set was tremendous.
Yeah, it looked like it was
Yeah,
tremendous.
Anderson's pop
Yeah,
set
it
was
was
tremendous.
And
Yeah.
this boy, if y'all, I don't know if y'all heard of him. Read that name out.
Ology?
Yeah, there you go.
Ology.
Derek will really enjoy it.
Okay.
Okay.
He has, some songs are not good, but his
Mhm.
voice is just incredible.
Okay.
His
Okay.
voice is just crazy.
Ology and Snow.
We're gonna check
Google
these guys
them.
out. Check them out. D&D.
Recommendation of music director Mark Bennett.
Absolutely.
Snow's
O-L-O-G-Y.
blowing up.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
pretty big. He's
Snow
pretty
is
big.
S-N-O.
H.
S-N-O-H.
And the H at the end of that D.
S-N-O-H. Snow.
Yeah.
Okay. I really don't have any recommendations right now.
No, nothing new.
It's been a long
I told
time.
you. Yeah, it has been. At least for you gotta. I mean, you just gotta keep on mining for good music. I said that. That spit account. That spit not the Alchemist.
Currency.
My guys were talking about
Currency Alchemist. I
yeah.
want to peep that. I'm gonna
Carrollton Heist. It's called.
Carrollton.
Carrollton Heist. Just
Okay.
nice, man.
I'm gonna peep that.
I'm gonna get you guys copies of it. So whatever. I'll burn your copy.
Do you think the president's luncheon and some of all the rappers that might yield a compilation album?
Oh goodness.
Obama presents the takeover.
Did y'all see Obama's?
Capital
Did you see the
takeover.
commercial?
President Obama, presidential records.
Did you
present.
see the mentoring commercial with Obama and Steph Curry?
No.
No.
No,
funny?
I didn't
oh,
see that.
wonderful,
Good. Oh god.
wonderful. Like, I can't wait for him to be done.
Yeah.
And so he can just do
So
what
he
he
can really
got
let
to do.
loose.
He can ride
Like
out,
and just
yeah.
be a real, just a celeb.
Right,
He's
right.
teaching Steph how to shoot. Like, but it's on the mentor joint. He's
Yeah.
like, keep your elbow in. Keep your elbow in.
No, I didn't see it.
Then they're doing like science projects.
Yeah.
And he's
dope.
like, he's got Steph pouring some liquid into the little
That's dope.
volcano and bubbles come out.
Uh-uh.
And he's like, now that's science. And they did like some other little dumb thing. And Steph's like, gee, thanks.
But you know what though? Doesn't that make you excited about what almost more excited about what he's gonna do post presidency?
That's what I said. I can't wait
He's
for him
got
to get out of
big
office.
things.
Yeah, man.
And then, but here's the thing. You're going to go right back to the void of Hillary or God forbid Donald or Bernie Sanders.
Bernie
Or like,
Sanders.
it's just going to be such a dearth of like
Flavorless.
no.
You know what it's gonna
Like,
be
you're
like?
You're gonna realize how flavorful
Yes.
our is.
Exactly.
They're gonna be
Yes.
like, wow, the flavor. Like you said, Dave, we'll miss some flavor with
The
Kenny this
best-
summer.
That's what I'm
Kenny.
saying.
Well,
I was
this
just
is
ready to
weird.
say
Nutter,
that.
you recognize
As
how
much as I
flavorful
hated,
Nutter was.
as much as I hated Michael Nutter,
The Roots and the Roots picnic. And,
4th of July is gonna
him
suffer.
Picking that up.
4th
I
of
mean, the
July
Roots were
on the
his house, but the
Parkway,
Roots were Nutter's band, man.
yeah.
You think
the
Kenny's
city of
Champion,
Philadelphia
Black
presents
Thought,
4th of July
and Dice Raw
on the Parkway this year with Michael Flatley and the Water Dance. Also, the Hank Williams Review.
Rascal Flats.
Rascal Flats.
He'll be headlining your Welcome to America tour.
Donnie and Marie.
4th of July celebration.
And former Idol great
Justin Guarini. Not even nobody major.
Guarini.
Gonna be hit by
Let's
the
go
4th of July.
live to Rick
Rick Williams.
Williams
Rick gonna be like,
with his
gonna
cousins.
be mad as a pie. Nigga be nobody.
William Hung.
Nigga be nobody
It's
down
gonna
there.
be terrible. It's gonna be
I mean, no accent.
backed by Larry Ferrari, the Larry Ferrari experience. Instead of the Roots.
And backed by
Lawrence
popular
Welk.
demand, the Hooters.
The Hooters.
You know, the Philly band.
Tommy Conwell, the Young Rumblers.
That's gonna be your 4th of July lineup. Rascal Flats. It's gonna be the worst. I promise you. You're gonna be missing Mike like,
gonna
oh,
be
why did
bad.
better get out of office? We have nothing to do on the 4th of July now.
Yeah. He's gonna give us
You got people sitting down at 4th of July fireworks like, oh
folding
man.
chairs, folding chairs, falling asleep
Just watching.
on the steps of the Art
No
Museum.
flavor. No flavor. Oh my God,
Listen,
that's bad. That's
Kenny in
so bad.
office, you're gonna get mummers
Oh,
24/7.
yes, it's so
You're gonna
bad.
get mummers
You're gonna see,
24/7.
you're right, dude. It's like you said, Steve, to your point, it's gonna be bad.
The
When
best,
the presidential thing's gonna be
the best thing
awful.
that can happen is
Mhm.
Hillary gets in.
Mhm.
You have the first man,
Mhm.
which will be Bill, who's flavor, who's the original John B.
Right.
He's gonna he gonna ham it up. He's
Right.
gonna be like, oh, I'm getting
Yeah,
the light,
yeah, right,
like
right.
he's gonna do his
Yeah,
thing.
Right.
That is so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Anybody
What
checking
is-
for
what
the
is-
new
let's see.
Key and Peele movie?
It actually looks pretty
Keanu.
funny. I ain't gonna
It's
hold
gotta
you.
be funny.
I
It's
ain't
gotta
gonna
be
hold
funny.
you. It looks pretty
I
funny.
mean,
man.
do I want to cough up the loot to see?
Right.
Listen.
See, but it looks
But I think
say what you want about
you'll
Keanu
be
Reeves. I'm not the
enjoyed.
biggest fan, but them
Oh,
boys
I'm
are
a-
funny,
I'm a
man.
huge fan.
Overall, them
I'm a huge
cats are
Keanu
funny
Reeves
dudes.
fan.
I'm not the. I like them. They're not amongst my
I
favorite
haven't seen them do
comedy
anything
acts.
not funny.
But them boys, they're funny dudes, man. I'm not
They
even
are
gonna hold you.
hilarious.
But with
They're
that
not
being
funny
said,
dudes.
Keanu makes me scratch my head. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be funny, but like you said, I don't know if I
The
can feel.
premise just-
That looks like a box movie if I ever saw
Yeah,
it.
Sure,
but
sure.
it's going to be. I think it's going to be hilarious.
But they're so funny, man.
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
what
be.
I'm
It's,
saying.
it ain't gonna be nothing but a long version of
Pretty
of
much the
Key and
show.
Peele.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
yup,
You know it is.
Yup.
Yeah.
Did anybody see Daddy's Home yet?
Daddy's Home was funny.
Daddy's Home was great.
Daddy's Home was funny.
good.
Yeah, but it was like subtly funny. It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
It was good.
But the black boy had me tripping.
The one that spent the night that wouldn't leave the house, yo.
Wait,
That's
Daddy's
my
home
man.
with
Farrell and
Farrell and
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
I like the
And
motorcycle
your
scene.
man,
The
are you-
motorcycle scene.
Yes, that
What
was
he
hilarious.
said.
That was hilarious. Like, you know how they showed some scenes
right, I
on a
see.
commercial and
Sure.
just little to it?
Right.
That was funnier
But
than
the
Okay.
basketball joint was funny too. When they
Oh,
went to the
yeah.
game with
Okay.
Kobe.
the
Oh,
skateboarding.
right,
The
right,
skateboarding one was funny too.
When he said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
skateboard
can I have
was
5
good.
beers, please?" He ordered the beers by himself. Will just is a nut.
Are you a Hannibal Buress fan?
I love Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, he's
You
the
know
one
that.
in Daddy's
Okay,
Home. Yeah, he's
okay,
hilarious.
okay.
That's the black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hannibal
he was
Buress.
good.
Because he was
He's,
so
he's the
dry.
one that first
Yeah,
outed
he was
Bill
so good.
Cosby.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Hannibal
He
Buress
started.
was
He
the one
started
that
the
was
thing.
the one-
He threw
yeah.
the match.
Here in Philly.
Hannibal threw the match.
Through the match. That lit the
Trust me,
flame.
he
Yes, he
did.
did there.
Hannibal threw the match.
At
He
the
sure did.
Trocadero.
Yeah, he did.
He's performing at the Trocadero.
He did.
He's the
He
one
threw
that
the
did
match.
it.
He threw the match.
Wow, I don't know. I need to be that boy.
Yeah, yeah, man. It all came crumbling,
Yeah.
crumbling down at
Yeah,
that. Right,
yeah.
right. So, you watch Broad City
Broad City, I don't.
on Comedy Central?
Mm-mm.
Hilarious. show,
Good?
man. You should
Okay.
see it. Yeah. Broad City's one of those.
Okay,
ones.
okay.
Yeah.
There's some interesting comedies that are coming up on Comedy Central. Just a couple of things. You see that one? What's the one where it's like a plane crash situation, but it's a comedy? Did you see the trailer for that? I think it comes out in June. It's supposed to be like almost like a loss, but a humorous loss.
I was sort of like a Angie Tribeca kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of
Okay.
something like that. Which I love the Andrew Tribeca.
You know
I
what?
like that thing because I'm a big Police Story fan,
Right.
which it borrows.
So
totally
I
from.
could see.
I love Police
Angie
Story.
Tribeca was cute, but it didn't really pull me in.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was
I
funny,
got
but
it,
it didn't
I got
really
it,
pull
okay.
me in. Yeah, I watched
Deion
like
Cole
two
was
of them.
great in that. Deion Cole was good.
Deion, yeah,
He
Deion Cole,
was
yeah,
very good in
yeah.
that. But I can see what you're saying. Didn't pull
Yeah.
me in. It was a flash in the pan.
Yeah, it was in and out.
Yeah, in and out. So
Has anybody got a review? Anybody seen Barbershop 3 yet?
haven't got a review.
Looks good.
on that.
Looks
It does
good.
look
Looks
good,
solid
yeah.
though.
They're all.
They're all pretty solid.
yeah.
Yeah, they're all pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I never left like woo, but I mean, and
It's quietly,
It is what it is.
to me, I'm gonna tell you what, to me, out of all the franchises that Ice Cube has launched, that's the best one. To me, with the Barbershop franchise, you know, I came into it with not a lot of high expectations, and each time I walk away, those movies are solid. They
Yeah,
have
they
good
are.
plot lines, they have good messages embedded in the story, they're funny, and the other thing is, when you usually see an ensemble movie with that many stars, they usually stink. His have never disappointed. His have always been pretty good. You know, so surprisingly, Barbershop is a really solid franchise. That's how you get 3 off, you know? So this one, I've heard good things about it, but I haven't seen it, so we'll see.
I don't expect that it would be any less of a good flick.
Right. Like I'll tell you what, I put more faith in the Barbershop franchise than the Ride Along franchise.
Yeah, Ride Along is.
You know, and I love Kevin Hart.
I'm kind of interested to see if it's going to progress on the second.
Are they gonna get third one off? You think?
I don't know, but I
I
want
haven't
to see.
seen 2 yet.
I saw 2.
I want to see if it's going to progress.
2 was okay.
The first one was just.
They're so cookie cutter. They're,
Yeah,
they're
that's
so
what I'm saying.
rudimentary. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're very formulaic.
Yeah.
Very formulaic. So we'll see. It may. I mean, they made money, so it probably will get a third
Oh,
one,
yeah.
unless he just doesn't want to do it. You know. So he's got something coming out with The Rock that looks pretty interesting. Kevin Hart, The Rock.
Yeah, it looks the same. It's
Formulaic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buddy movie.
Yeah. I like Kevin to step outside the box a little bit. I mean, do something a
He
little
will.
different.
I think he will.
Yeah.
What do you want Kevin to do? Like a World War
No,
One
not necessarily that. Not necessarily
art
that.
house movie? Kevin Hart. Matthew Daniel Day-Lewis in a film by Ivan Reitman.
But you know what he has to do? He has to.
4 stars.
He's got to step
over
outside the
Nordberg.
buddy, bro. Step outside the buddy.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
all.
He does. He
That's
does.
all.
Expand your wings a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's all.
Yeah, he's about that money. Kev's gonna get that wop
yeah.
first.
That's what I'm saying. There's no need for him to right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
No
That's
need
fine.
for
I'm
it.
not
No
mad
need
about
to
that.
get that money.
Not mad at all about it.
Yeah. When you got other stars that are getting money or are jealous of Kevin, they're like Kevin Hart is taking all the money.
Yeah.
So you know he's killing it.
Sure.
He's
sure.
killing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They like to get a piece of that money. Like you said,
Oh, come on,
you
man.
can be jealous all you want, but
You
you
be
love
jealous.
to get 20, you know,
How about
20
that?
for a flick. They love to.
I agree. Hey, look, fellas, it's been a Stone Cold Gas, man. It's about that time.
That's it. Yep. It has been a gas.
You know.
Our little island of respite from the week. Our little,
Respite and
our little,
sanity.
yeah, a little touch of sanity.
Our clubhouse of camaraderie,
Right.
where 3 like minds come together and put this little thing together we call Build and Destroy Radio,
Indeed.
huh?
Indeed.
Another great job, gentlemen.
Yes. Shout out to the new viewers and new listeners. This week, I think I got a couple of friends and
Great.
family members I've introduced to our time slot and
Nice.
the avenues to watch. So shout out to those watching for the first time. Appreciate the support and
Yep.
love. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you for the support for the people that have messed with us since day one, that rock with us, that get the word out for us and help us
We just
expand
got a
this
text
brand.
from one of our listeners, Andre Hayes, friend to the room.
Oh,
Trey
Barberstop,
Trey Money.
4 stars.
Barbershop.
I don't know if that's 4. Is that 4 out of 4 or is
Okay,
that
yeah, all right.
4 out of 5?
That's still a
We'll
good
see.
rating.
Yeah,
either
it's
way.
still a good
The
rating.
standard measuring system is 5
Right,
stars,
I would
so
say
we'll
5.
say 4 out of 5.
Okay, but I don't want to
This is
misconstrue
not
these
metric. We're
ratings.
not in Europe.
I don't want
Maybe Drake at 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're not in Europe, so we're not gonna go by meters or metrics. We'll say 4 out of 5 stars. We'll call it like that.
Okay, I hope so.
Thanks for the tweet, Andre.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the treat.
Dre money.
Shout out to Dre. And again, thanks everybody for checking us out. We're winding things down. If you didn't know, now you know. This is the best show you're gonna see on a Tuesday night that we call B&D Radio, Build and Destroy Radio. One more time, if you didn't know, We are live
Can I
on
just,
Ustream.
can I just give a quick update?
Quick update, Mark.
Celtics are getting blown out.
Oh, wow.
They're about to be down 2-0. If they lose, he said 4 out of 5. If they get blown out in Game 3, we're gonna throw cigars at the Red Auerbach. At the Red
As they
Auerbach
out of red. So
Cigars will be thrown.
cigars
on the
and
court.
Irish hats thrown out into the thing.
That's right.
Getting mopped, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Well, that was to be expected.
Yeah.
No.
Especially since they lost that guard. What guard
What's up?
didn't play tonight?
Avery Bradley.
They playing Atlanta, right?
Yeah, they
Oh,
not expected.
yeah, not expected.
Not
You're right.
hot, right?
Yeah, that's supposed to be
They
one of
only
the more
won by
competitive.
one point last night.
Right, you're right. I take that back. I just can't stand the Celtics. How about that?
Okay. I looked up. I didn't even know the Bulls weren't in. I'm like, I had that
How
when I
about
first. I'm
that?
like, I just assumed Bulls.
Detroit-
Jimmy
Yeah, the
Butler,
Bulls didn't
boys.
make the playoffs.
I
Right.
they blown me away with the first season. So I'm
Right,
like,
Detroit
no
got it.
Bulls?
Detroit got them.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. No Bulls. I'm like, what? I'm kind of just shocked. I'm expecting the Bulls to be one of the teams, and I wasn't paying attention. Only see them out of the dance. Like, wow.
Injuries and chemistry
Yeah,
problems.
yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
They
Yeah.
never
Boy,
could get any kind of
Derrick
coach.
Rose was a shell of
And
himself.
Derrick Rose is a shell of
I
himself.
think he is
Oh,
now. I
yeah.
think he still is.
I think he still is. He's going to be challenged. I don't think he's ever going to get back to that level he was at before. He
But
just
he
up
has
in
to.
the league.
He has to commit himself. Let Butler be the one,
Yeah.
and be. I mean, he could be a 2 on my squad.
Yeah.
He could
Oh,
be
yeah.
second option on my
He
squad.
can still
any
play.
day. Yeah, but I'm saying
He ain't
he
getting
still
that
wants
rookie of
to
the year.
be
He still wants to be that
number one.
dude. Yeah,
and it's Butler's team now. Like, you just gotta
Absolutely.
realize it.
absolutely.
And just play off of him and
Yeah.
be increase your point guard game to be like an awesome point. You still can like just dominate as a point guard.
Easier said than done though. Because
Yeah, it is.
he's been
It
the
is
man
easier
his
said than
whole
done.
life.
Yeah,
But he's got to come to some
That's
stark
what I'm saying.
realizations this off season
him,
and adjust his
Butler,
game.
Paul Gasol. I mean, they still got a squad.
They got a squad, yeah.
Taj, all
You
of
know
them.
who else got up on? Who else came back from the dead? I thought he was finished too. You don't hear his name no more.
Who?
But he rose up off the Lazarus man.
Paul
Listen,
George.
Darren Williams, man.
Oh, Deron
Deron-
Williams.
from Utah.
That's
I mean,
a
excuse
fun-
me, Dallas.
Dallas.
But he
got hurt
was one of the
last
top
night.
He had to go
guards,
home.
one of the top
He got hurt
guards.
last night though.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
he did.
Last
He caught
night?
a
Not a bad
Okay.
job, but he wasn't in for the end of the game.
Yeah.
But that's a classic situation where the lights in New York were just too big for him. He was so uncomfortable in New
He hasn't
York.
been the same since he left Utah.
He
Really.
took that money. Yeah, he took that money and went to Brooklyn, and it was just too big a stage for him.
Yeah.
He went back home. 'Cause he's from the Dallas area. Went back home and he found his game again.
Yeah.
But he always looked a little shell shocked in New
Yeah,
York.
no, I know.
Like it just was
We
like
got a
wasn't
real
right.
coach in Dallas too, though.
They got a real coach. You're right. True. True
They're
that.
searching for a coach in Brooklyn.
And I want you keep wanting to say
They still are.
Deron, but it is Darren.
Darren
It's
Williams.
Darren
Is
Williams.
it Deron or
It's
Darren?
Darren. It's spelled
Darren.
It's spelled D-E-R-O-N
Okay.
though. I want to say Deron too, but it's always
Right.
Darren.
It's Darren Williams. Yeah. Yeah. Either way, he lost all his hair.
Darren, I want to spell it.
Yeah, he lost. Both names lost all their hair. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, both names have no hair, so he
Yeah.
looks good ball though.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
he's
Yes,
doing his
indeed.
thing ball.
Yep, yep.
Not everybody can rock a ball.
This is true. This is true.
I'll be finding out real
Yep,
soon myself,
yep.
soon, but you know, right now.
Yep. And one other quick observation before you sign.
Mm.
I know you complained they were almost too gaudyish, but they cleaned their unis up so much now that they're antiseptic. The Raptors went from the
I
gaudy
like those
to
new
you like
Raptors
I think it's
uniforms.
plain jeans.
I
don't
like them.
those.
I like
You know, with
them.
Raptors on it, just the
Interesting
Raptors.
commentary
I don't like
from you.
those, just plain.
I like
They don't have
them.
any flavor to them. Just
I
white
like
Raptors,
them.
do
You know, Drake had a big say in it. He kind
Oh,
of
he
went.
really-
He kind of went the
I like the font, the
clean,
numbers.
the clean
Those are nice,
classic,
but
like
it's
the way
too
Brooklyn.
clean.
Brooklyn's are too
Right,
Too
the
in this.
Brooklyns are very clean.
But I like it. Like they even took the wide stripe and thinned
Right,
it with,
right.
with the V, the chest
see.
going down.
Okay,
They
okay.
thinned that. I like the font
Really?
they used.
Okay,
It's like-
okay.
I really like those
Okay, I
uniforms.
won't be mad at you on that.
I
thought
really
it
do.
was too. I thought it was
Interesting you bring that up.
I thought it was too.
But I tell you what though, and I think they've done this a couple times this year. I love the fact that they bring back the dancing dinosaur.
They do.
cartoon.
Every once in a while, they do. That's dope. Break
Yeah,
that every
as a
once in
retro
while.
throwback,
I like
as a
that.
retro
No
alternate,
problem with that. Bring
as a
that back.
retro
That's dope.
alternate, that's
Because-
a
That's
dope
very
uniform.
dope.
Because Indiana can save their 1912 throwbacks.
Which
The
oh
70s,
those
the
terrible The Hoosiers one.
Oh, the Hoosiers one.
The ones with the red and gold.
Yeah,
they're
they
red
can
and
save
gold.
Those
those.
are
They can
awful.
save
They are
those.
from Hoosiers.
They
That's
are.
that
They
high
can
school
save
that.
Hickory.
Those are awful.
The
They can
Hickory
save
uniforms.
that.
Yeah.
You give those
Yeah,
away
like
to the
that.
first 5,000.
Those are
Yeah, like
whack.
that.
Give one of those away to the
Yeah,
those
first
are whack.
5,000
Those are
and
whack.
then
Yep.
come in.
Oh, the diversity that you will hear on Build and Destroy Radio. We go from Mayor Kenny to Toronto Raptors uniforms
To Kiss,
To Kiss,
Rascal Flats,
to Obama producing compilation albums with the rapping invitees to the White House. You get a little bit of everything right here on
It's a
Build and Destroy
cornucopia
Radio.
of opinion.
Yes, a virtual cornucopia of opinions
And
and
we're
thoughts.
close to the original.
Cornucopia
Speaking of
about
cornucopia.
what's Philadelphia's finest.
Indeed. A lot of hot DJs.
Right, a lot of hot
Shout out to Jazzy
moments.
Jeff.
That's right. That's right.
Out the house, see him cut sarong. Should have been out at 11 o'clock at night in the cornucopia.
We need you, the audience, to check this diversity out. Jump in on it. I'm gonna drop the number 215-472-0882 if you want to give us a call. I mean, we're about to check off now, but when you check in next week and the weeks to come, that's the number to dial. Check us out on Ustream. Download the Ustream app on your mobile device. Go to ustream.tv on your PC. On both of those, you search Build and Destroy Radio, and we will come to you live. Also, if you're driving through South and Southwest Philly, the home base is 88.1 WPEB. Okay, if you're in Southwest Philly, you can pick us up there. Hopefully soon, in the coming months, we will have a stronger signal. You'll be able to check us out on the radio in other areas of the city, but we'll see. But either way, we're going to do our thing every Tuesday from 7 to 9. Mark's going to play that music. Derek's going to drop the knowledge. And I'll stick my thumb in the holes that are there in the dam to keep it all together. So,
why don't you want to put your fingers in the dike, man? You stick your fingers in the dike? Why would you want to stick your fingers in the dike? Random Tony Montana reference for those that don't get it. They said about sticking holes. I got to come up with it. You know what I mean? It compels me.
Please.
Anytime something is Tony Montana related, I have to do that. Sorry.
I love you, Tony.
Why would you want to stick your face in the dike, man?
Tony Montana reference. Where you going to get that anywhere?
I can eat a horse.
Just do
I
anything.
can eat a horse.
Mark,
Anything that's
Come show everybody what you got on
disgusting.
tonight before we check out.
Check Snoop's layout.
Check Snoop's
lay
layout
over
for
the
the
day.
night before we check
His
out.
lay over the day.
Real men wear stripes.
No doubt.
All right.
Vertical.
In parting, we'd like to say one thing. We hope everybody has a great week coming up. Remember, in everything that you do in the days to follow, you got to do one thing. You always got to build and destroy.
Destroy.
And destroy. Destroy. Still Destroy Radio, y'all. Biggie signing out. Mamba. Peace.
Out.
Out. Good night.
Let that ride.
Hey, we're signing out from Ustream. Derek's shutting down his PC. Mark is winding down the turntables. We thank everybody that checked us out this week on Build and Destroy Radio. We'll see y'all next week. Continue to build and destroy on Ustream. Good night.
Peace. Real talk. I want to watch this show when I get home. It's one of my best. I think it's one of my better shows.
It was a great
It was an
show.
awesome show.
It's a great
I want
show.
to watch this show again.
I had worries about did we have enough, but
I thought we did a
we
good
filled
show
the blanks.
tonight. I'm sorry. I thought it
It
was
was a real good show. We had our usual about 5 listeners at one point. You know what I mean?
I like it. It's all
Oh, I gotta shut down. Yeah.
Mr. Ball.